For now, we are live in Orange County. Gustavo Almodovar. 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 Gustavo Almodovar.
Ooh. Welcome everybody to the Plumes of Hazard. I, as always, am your host, the Yanksville Vapor. To my left is the lovely, the talented, the Fubaka, and right down there below me that literally popped on when I started.
Wait, you gonna call me out, bro? You didn't know that shit.
This Master of Blasters, Best Blast 09.
What up, Josh?
We haven't had a tech talk in forever. This is for that's for Festy. He was talking about having a Provari hat on.
Provari yarmulke.
Yeah,
Can I get chat?
He goes in and gets all demanding.
Well, you know.
Oh man.
You know how I go.
Hello everybody. Let's see what. Okay, I thought there was something else. Man, so the last 2 weeks.
Wait, I just got a response from the Slack bot. Well, after saying that, now you can't be the governor of your state. I believe that I can.
You probably can. At least in Virginia.
Boy.
Oh man. Wait, hold on.
Boy, your time in Georgia really did you in.
I know. Wait, was it is it Virginia? That's the one the dude had blackface or something, right? That defended himself. Oh my gosh. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway. That's right. Vaping nostalgia. Little Provari action. That was spurred on by Festy and Chat pre-show. Welcome. Oh shit.
Oh, Sancho farts.
Damn.
Massey threw me all off. That was good.
Good. You call. I heard the calling. No, literally, I was in the middle of Modern Warfare. And Seth were playing. I'm like, oh shit, time to go.
Modern Warfare, how's that?
It's good.
Which one? Is that the fifth one now?
Yeah, whatever the latest one is. All I know is that I don't play it for a few weeks, and then a fucking 80 gig update is every time I turn. I'm like, I don't want to play anymore. Every time I turn the computer on, fucking 80, 90 gig update. What are you updating?
Your
Dude,
OS.
The thing has got to be up to like 500 gigs. I feel bad for the people on consoles because, and I got a pretty fast connection now, so I'm not complaining about 80 gigs. It's just, even 80 gigs at 80 gigs at gigabit speed or close there too. It's still 80 gigs.
Yeah.
So,
dude, my brother is pissed off at that game because he lives in Vegas and has a bandwidth cap.
Yeah.
And so every update's like 20 gigs minimum, 50 gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, my game's all up to date now, and now I can't play it worth a shit.
What's it? I think it's Battlefront. I've got that one on the PS4. It's the same damn thing. That thing patches itself, and it's dozens of gig, and obviously it requires more of that on the console to decompress and do all the stuff it's got to do.
Yeah.
Like you got to wipe out your entire hard drive of shit just to freaking patch that. Fortnite's not
more
much
patches
better.
in the 8th grade dance.
I probably have. I don't even want to see the data amount, but it's quite a bit.
Well, it's all that. I don't know. I don't know if this is against with Modern Warfare, but a lot of those things have got the old, the anti-hacking things that are really, Chinese spyware or whatever going on.
Mm-hmm.
Keyloggers.
Yeah. So data caps would be no bueno for me. I can tell you that much. In this house, at least.
I didn't think they still did data caps. I don't remember the last time I had a data cap.
I guarantee you. Yeah, I guarantee you they do. Well, here, I'll give you an example. So when you look at the whole package for like, say, for example, I mean, I had been with TWC, which then turned into Bright House, which then turned into it was actually CV, was Cablevision back in the day.
Cablevision.
Anyways,
man.
I've had an old CFLR address forever, so probably since '98. Anyways, I recently switched because of what I was paying just for internet for that, and well, AT&T's fiber package had. Let's say, okay, you're going to be paying $50 a month, right? Well, in that $50 a month for the first year, $20 of that is their unlimited. So there, you could have a cap. Now it's a terabyte cap a month, which most people aren't going to hit that, but
not unless you're doing some serious like 4K streaming or something every day.
And even then, but still, like, you go over, you're going to get destroyed,
throttled like
because
crazy.
It's like $10 per gig.
Woo!
No, yeah, you're paying for it. He ain't throttling you. Yeah.
That's crazy. Now, I've had FiOS for many years here at this house, and I am sure at some point there's a cap, because I mean, it's the same thing on your phone. It's the same thing everywhere. All the unlimited plans, it's unlimited, but after 100 gig or whatever, they start throttling you. I've never hit it for sure. And I do a shitload of streaming and that kind of stuff here at the house. But, if I was doing things like torrenting or whatever, I guess maybe, get closer to that. But still, you have to really be after it. I would switch if there was this is one of those things that it always drives me bananas. I don't think I've ever been to an area that actually has any sort of reasonable competition when it comes to ISPs.
Mm-hmm.
None of them. Every area I've ever been to.
So I thought, I felt the same about that down here, because cable company, ran everything here. And AT&T, all you could get was DSL.
Right.
And I was so jealous because West Coast, so Tampa and all that, was getting, they had FiOS, they had, at least Cox was down there and they had fiber and all that. And East Coast was kind of like meh. And man, when I heard that AT&T was going to be running fiber out here, and I didn't get it right away, because in the beginning they had a 2-year contract that you had to sign. I'm not about contracts. I've been my whole life with Bright, when I was Bright House and then Spectrum or whatever, without contracts, but it's because you got grandfathered in, and that is the tech world as we know it is all, they want to get you in, for that continual
lock in.
So and then I'm like, well, what if I get it and it's garbage? They're like, well, you have 30 days. I'm like, in 30 days, I'm like, that's not going to be enough, and they're like, well, you could opt out early, but you still have to pay for the equipment for the term of the 2 years. And I'm like, I just did the math. That's like $800.
Right.
They're like, no, it caps out at 250. I'm like, screw that, So anyways.
Ed just rolled in and said, what in the world was that intro? I rolled Gustavo Almodovar.
Oh, Gustavo.
I just did the one that was just him saying his name over and over again. I didn't do any of the traps or anything,
I should find him and we should interview him. He's local here somewhere. So could you imagine?
It's so good.
Hi, this is Max Blast sitting here with Gustavo Almodovar. Oh my God, I would piss my pants if that happened.
Is he still around?
He is. I mean, he's not. I don't think he's with that channel news, but I think he still lives down here. So
gotcha.
Shit, man, I'll throw him $50. Yo, let me do an interview with you.
Yeah.
Just say your name.
I'll subsidize that.
You just say your name like 100 times. That's all.
Just say your name. Just say your name. Just.
Did that ever catch up? Like catch on anywhere except for us?
And can you come to my Discord and cam up and just say it relentlessly for the next hour?
Gustavo Almodovar. He's probably like, what the fuck, guys? What is this shit? What?
But at the same time, he has to.
Absolutely,
because of the way he delivered it, right? Nobody actually talks like that.
No, I know, but you know that those people who are doing broadcasting, they talk a certain way.
Oh yeah, you got radio,
and broadcast. You have the video voice, and then it's also the facial expressions. When the
Esta
other
noche
talking
me llamo es las 09,
and they're all like this and this. No, true professionals have a cup of sweet tea next to their broadcasting computer.
That's right.
That when they need to break the internet, they just knock over, now it's these with lids and pretty soon I'm gonna have a lanyard.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's literally his name. Ed is that he was an actual newscaster or on the scene reporter.
And you put a canopy over the top exhaust of your case.
Mm-hmm.
So if any sweet tea does fall, it just drips off to the sides.
Now it's in Iraq, so if it hits that, I mean, the world will probably end if it's all that hooked up in there.
We broke Google for a while.
I'm so happy that recorded.
Oh, me too. Absolutely.
That was amazing.
So back to the ISP thing. Sorry, I got distracted by Ed coming in. What was that? Oh, that's what it was. Who was it that just said, got to read the fine print? It was Rob. Said, got to read the fine print. I'm still got the real unlimited 4G. Yeah, I did too. Until I reassigned, I changed my plan. I had a plan that was legitimately the same plan that I've had since 2001. Mm-hmm. I've had it the whole time because I had unlimited data. Back then it was unlimited Edge. Yeah. When I first got it, and then it went to 3G really quickly after that. But it's always been like true unlimited. But the reason I almost changed several years ago was they locked down being able to tether, unless you changed and had a newer plan. And I still didn't do it then because back then it still hadn't gone fully unlimited. And then they did for a while, and it just was lazy about it. And so I did finally go and get a new plan just a few months ago, whenever that was. And now I don't have true unlimited anymore, but I've got it's 60 gig. Yeah. Of LTE or the
ridiculous
5G LTE. Even
I use
tethering. That's a lot of data.
I use my phone all the time, and I'm barely at 3 gigs. Right. On data because I'm hopping on Wi-Fi as much as I can.
That's right.
I remember when Bell South went to Singular Wireless. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. I was Singular.
I had the metal Ericsson, that had the metal around. Yep. And so I found something in the bills where I was getting like a $10 to $15 charge every month. And they could not figure out what was causing it. And basically it had to do with, remember back then when you had the stupid nights and weekends?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Well, after 9 o'clock, it was supposed to switch and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
For some reason, if the call originated 1 minute after 9 o'clock, it would not register.
Oh, 1 minute after 9, and it
1 minute
register.
After. What I can understand, this is dude. I
remember that.
I should have recorded myself because I about lost my shit because I'm looking at the bill, and the bill doesn't show it, but the online bill, like the paper bill, doesn't show it. The online bill does. So back in the day, I would go and pay my bill at the store with cash, on the machine. Yeah, wouldn't have to talk to nobody, nothing. I would just pay it there, and it was the craziest thing. Long story short, I ended up getting close to a $600 check from them in credit because it continued to happen. Every month it was like $10, $15. That shit starts adding up. And I didn't catch it till, way further in.
Yeah.
I had everyone and their mom trying to figure it out. They're like, no, we show the numbers are correct. I'm like, well, log in as me to your online portal so you could see that. I don't know if somebody was pocketing the $10-15.
Yeah,
There was
they
no
were.
line item for it. I don't.
You go straight to the
don't-
profit margins, baby.
Yeah. So
Yeah, no, that's right. Bell South was that. I had signed up for AT&T originally, and then they got bought out by Singular, and then they got bought out by AT&T Wireless, and then it went to AT&T, and I just had my same account the whole time.
yeah.
My sister has been a T-Mobile customer. Actually, she got carried over from VoiceStream and bought out T-Mobile. So whenever I've gone with her to T-Mobile or whatever, they look up her account, they're just like, damn, because apparently there aren't many customers that go back that far.
Right. I was the same way with my I've got my bank. I signed up for that account back in the late 90s, like 98. And I went in recently for some service and stuff. And they like saw, they're like, damn. Like, what? Thanks for being a customer for 25 years, man. That's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't ever see anybody like that.
That doesn't happen when I go in and like when you go into the bank and like I've talked to a teller, they're like, because I've had mine since about 90. Well, I was doing stuff that I was getting paid like legit checks, so I had to have somewhere deposit them like 97, 98, and so now like because your account number is sequential, right?
Yeah.
So they know right away, and they're like, thanks for being a part of the bank, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay.
They'd probably be even more vocal about that if it was like a credit union or something, right? That was smaller.
It is a credit union.
Oh yeah, my
yeah.
new one is the one that got bought out. My old one got bought out by Bank of America. I mean, it's huge, right?
Yeah.
But even then, they still go, damn.
Yeah, it's a credit union, and we have our cars through them, our mortgage through them. I love putting them up to fight with everybody else because they always just like, fuck it, we're just gonna just keep the shit with us, you know. I'm like, okay. So, these people are giving me this. They're like, that's okay, we'll give you this. All right.
I do have a credit union with one of my accounts, and I kind of feel like refinancing too, and giving them a shot with mortgage rates and stuff.
I'm about to do that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So, but I've been, from what I've been seeing, like a couple of friends that did it, like these, fly by night mortgage refinance people are undercutting everyone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I like having it with my bank because it literally comes right out of the account. Like I don't have to go to no other portal, pay it, none of that, nothing, and but sometimes there's only so much that they can go. Like I had one lady when she saw the percentage on when I bought one of my vehicles, and she was like, yeah, I don't know how you got that number. And I'm like, I don't know. I was at the dealership and I said, put my bank in the running for financing this.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay. They put him in there and they went back and forth. And he's like, he calls me up. He's like, yeah, your bank just like 3 points lower. And I'm like, okay.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember the dealership my brother bought his car from. At this point, this is like adult brother, responsible brother, has a credit union. They got, I think, what was the rate they gave him? 2.2%. And they were just like, yeah, 1 second.
You gotta get approval from the CEO at this point.
And that's a lot of that is just automated, dude. Like a lot of that is there is no human interaction. And then when they want to keep your business, like that's when somebody, I always imagine like a big red fucking override button that two people have to go in. All right, you're at branch 1, you're at branch 2.
It's
Turn
actually
the
like
keys.
it's GoldenEye.
Yeah,
precise.
Right.
Yeah.
They get it at the exact same time.
And then as you're turning the keys, you have to do the little push. You have to push a button for the suction thing to come up from the drive-through, and that's what delivers the red card. So you do the keys, you push it, and then the thing comes in. There's a red card.
So that's
you
cool.
Insert it and go.
When you see, now you bring in the vacuum too, that just makes everything cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know, at one of the branches, like the vacuum tube doesn't make the sound anymore.
Mm-mm.
It's just like,
yeah, which is sad.
I'm like, man, I like the one that sounded like my fucking shop vac with a blown bearing going. The whole thing is
like a straight up vacuum turns on.
Yeah,
and then the thing goes boom, just fucking hits really hard, and you're like, all right,
it's here.
Like, the fucking windows like.
I was in Chicago at one point, and I was working for the Trib, the Chicago Tribune. If you go down to the basement, at least back then, you could still see their whole network of their vacuum tubes. It's amazing.
Oh, that's
so cool. I don't think they were functional anymore, but
you can do the same thing at Home Depot.
You can do the same thing at Home Depot.
Yeah, they've cut most of them out, but that's how Home Depot sent stuff from the cash registers. Each cash register had a vacuum tube.
Really? I didn't remember that.
Yeah, dude, and they had junctions. Like it would move the tubes.
No kidding.
Like it would be like grab it and move it. Yeah. And on some of them you can still see the track.
Yeah.
I think they've taken them out of most of them, but yeah, it would go back to the the one manager's office or whatever it was, and it would move.
So were they putting the till in there, or is every transaction going back there?
I don't know what was going in there, but I remember them having it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Maybe the larger like contractor jobs or something with more cash.
That or checks back in the day.
Or checks.
Remember before the check running machine?
Yeah, maybe. I haven't been to a Home Depot that's that old in a while. Like it seems like all the places that
I don't think they still have them, but they used to.
Well, that's what I mean. I haven't been to a physical location that is that old that would have had them that I could even go look, because it seems like most of the ones around here are pretty relatively new.
Yeah.
That probably didn't have them is my point. They were probably built after that.
Oh, yeah. So apparently it looked like some of them had one of the tubes went right into their vault and it got dropped right in.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That would be really, I don't know. That technology is just too cool. It's one of those things that's too bad that they don't really do it anymore. Outside of like a pharmacy drive-through or whatever, right? You don't really see that so much anymore.
Huh,
in fact,
here's
I don't even know if I've been to a bank in a long time that has them, because that's the other place that they used to be pretty common, right?
Yeah.
You know, for checks and cash and stuff, if you're on the outside lane of a drive-through. I mean, we use ATMs, right? I'll need to talk to people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Addy, for mentioning, by the way. He was posting the link. I think I talked about it the last time we did a show a couple weeks ago about the vape mail deal, and he posted the link to the he posted the link to Vaping 360, but there was the link that I posted was through CASA, and they have a way of contacting your folks. You probably could bump key, and these days it is a little bit more. But most locks, it seems like, have been updated to prevent the old bump key, but it is cool. He is mentioning. Oh yeah, he did mention the CASA call to action. Okay, good. Thank you. Your drive-through bank still has 4 lanes of them. That's cool. I'm almost certain. I'd have to go back and look, but I think my local one is just multiple lanes of ATMs you can drive up to. I don't think they have I think they got a teller on the inside, and that's it. Everything else is all ATM machines.
I put up some few pictures so you could see, and you could see the vault, the secured room, and everything.
Oh, cool. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Look at there. Now I'm going to be looking for it next time I go to the depots.
Yeah, you might still see like the tracks, but yeah. Oh, dude, and they had the carousels that would move from one to the other, and cool stuff.
Can you even do that?
Yeah, that was cool technology.
Damn it, man! What's like to get such a piece of crap when it comes to images? Like I can't drag and drop. The only thing I can do is drag and drop a URL shortcut to get it out of there.
Oh, out of the
yeah, I think you're gonna have to share those.
Out of the chat. You can't just save the image?
Yeah, I'd probably have to. Maybe I could right-click Save As. Maybe. No, I can right-click Save it. I can copy image. Maybe I can copy image and then paste it in a folder. What a pain in the dick.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, freaking Slack.
Yeah, so it was.
I've lost interest. Google it yourself.
That's what it was, Inksy. It was all for the cash deposits.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool.
So you just put your cash in there and boop, get sent back.
So we do have, besides the call to action stuff that Addie's definitely posting, which is great. There is one more piece of vape mail, vape news that we had. Masty posted this in our Slack
Yep.
yesterday. I'll pull that up and share. So Avail earns PMTA acceptance letter from FDA. Ooh. Now hopefully it's not just this one, because it's Mardi Gras and who knows what flavor that is. But it is cool that they got an acceptance. Now it should be noted that after Massey posted this link, I saw on Facebook that Matt Cully, old Suck My Mod himself, had pointed out that this is good news, right? This is something that did happen. But we do need to make sure that we understand that it's the PMTA acceptance letter. It's not been approved yet.
Right.
It's the first step of the process. And I feel like I read somewhere, and it may have been this article from Vapor Voice, that this is the first one for an open system to be accepted, which is cool. Honestly, I didn't think any of them were going to even get this far. Then again, I've been kind of pessimistic about this whole thing. So let me grab the link here.
And it costs a lot of money.
Tons of money. Absolutely. Put it back over on us. I'll put over here. We'll get the link to Vapor Voice. Make sure this is going through. It does. Okay, good. Good. So there's that. You can go over to Vapor Voice. Check that out. Oh, Addie posted a Vaping 360 link too. Great.
Nice.
Great.
I knew making him a mod was a good idea.
I know it. Here, check this out. So at the bottom of that article, it's James. Is it Chu? Is it XU? Is it the CH? When it's an X?
When it's an X, it's a Z.
It's a Z.
Zhu.
So James Zhu. Dude looks like Uncle Roger. That's all there is to it. Uncle Roger. That guy. And by the way, I was a day or two late because I was still on vacation. When I got back Sunday, I think, I found that there was another video that he put out that he actually met the lady from the BBC that was cooking the egg fried rice. So I hadn't seen that, and I was actually going to go share it with you guys. And as I was going through, I saw that somebody had already posted it, so I didn't post it again. But if you have not seen Uncle Roger and the egg fried rice, especially critiquing the BBC lady, oh man, it's so good. It is really, really good. In fact, isn't BY involved with the Veil? Who's BY? Festy just said, isn't BY involved with the Veil? Oh, BT, he said. Like Big Tobacco. I don't know.
Bluetooth?
Bluetooth.
No,
They were. I think. I mean, I believe they are. I remember hearing about that there was like a investment made, but
Is that right? All right, here. I found the thing for you. And not for you, but for everybody. Here. My screen share. Boom. So, you definitely should watch this. Oh, Roger, disgusted by this egg fried rice video.
Drain it.
Drain. What's she doing? What's she doing? Drain the. Oh my God! You killing me, woman! Hiya! Drain the.
The rice.
he went borderline like Jackie's Jackie's uncle.
Hey, it's a really good video, and if you want, click through to the same guy released a video when he met that lady in her house like recently, and she cooked egg fried rice for him again and did a better job this time.
Yeah, I mean, in her defense, she said that I was cooking their recipe.
Right.
I was like,
maybe.
And God damn it, you acted like it was your own.
It was a good video. And the guy's pretty funny. So I had not seen that guy, but I have especially after I saw that second leak, I started clicking through and watching. That guy's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, he's great.
I was not aware of his comedy before that.
He is definitely overlooked.
Well, he's Malaysian, right? Or he's in Malaysia, so it's not exactly something we'd run across all the time, probably.
YouTube is global.
Mm-hmm. Blow, 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 blow.
I tell you, B. Carey does such a good impression of someone who's an immigrant from China. Oh, it's just got those hard
I
stops.
think he mean to Vietnam.
He's got that hard stop in his voice that is, I don't know why it's funny, but it's like it just makes for great comedy timing.
No, it's good, and I mean he's from the PNW. Better have a decent Southeast Asian accent.
That's right. Gottlieb was also invested in Avail back in the day. So the only thing that I remembered when Masty posted that link, that I was trying to remember what I knew about Avail. The only thing I could remember is that's where Goswin to go work, like just post Duke.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
A
good.
couple of good flavors, but
Tomas knows Uncle Roger. Nice. Ace,
Uncle
what's up, man? Long time no talk. Good to see you. So I had to go to the doctor today. We can talk about this. It was a minor thing. So my right hand, for some reason, is like my right wrist is really like started to really hurt over the last couple of weeks. Really sudden, out of the blue. There was, I didn't fall or catch myself or do anything weird or whatever. It's just started to really hurt. I couldn't figure out exactly why, and it's a twisting motion. Does not feel good. So I had to go into the doc, and she told me that I probably have, what is it, TFCC. TFCC is try something. I don't even know what the hell it was. But
it's a form of RSI.
Kind of, yeah, it is. It's kind of like, it's not exactly related to carpal, but it's
It's
other side of your
RSI, I
wrist.
think. Repetitive stress injury.
Yeah. So it could be that. It also could have been like a stress fracture or something like that. So they want me to come in and have a little X-ray and that kind of stuff. But I had to buy a brace, right? The guy that's
World of Warcraft brace.
Yeah, she wanted me to put a brace on, but the one that she recommended is actually kind of cool. It looks like two Velcro strips, like about the width of my finger, and that's it. That's all it looks like. That's all.
Oh, like K. Yeah. Have you ever seen like K tape? It's kind of like
it's like that, except for it's like a repeated use. Yeah, athletic tape. It's kind of cool. Anyway, it's coming in tomorrow. I'm gonna check it out. So it doesn't look like the stereotypical nerds, with their whole gauntlets on. It's not like that. It's just a little
power glove.
Like the power glove. That's right. But it wraps on either side of your ulna, right there, to kind of get some pressure down and support that area for a little while until the inflammation goes down. So hopefully it's not that big of a deal. But I thought I'd show you that thing because I thought it was kind of cool. It's called a wrist widget. Wrist widget. So if you've got a little pain on the outside of your wrist, get a wrist widget. Like a bowling glove. Yeah. It's funny you say that, Rob, because one of the pictures on there is like this thing is supposed to give you still full range of movement, or most of your range of movement, enough to do sports and whatever you're going to do, but it just prevents you from rolling, which is the thing that hurts. Like everything else, all the other motions.
It's like
fine. It's just not that one.
There's certain things I see like basketball players wear where it's kind of like that tapey looking thing like on their shoulders.
Yeah.
So.
Shoulders, across the delt. I've seen it all over the place. On their knees. I've seen it across on the knees too.
Yeah.
To help that.
You just look like a Borg eventually.
A little bit. No, I didn't have a fever. It's just an inflammation. Just an inflammation on the wrist. Just got a bar. And I'm very pleased I don't have to have the glove that you have to have with carpal. Mobilizing all that stuff. And it's got a little bit of support. I did get a piece of vape mail over my break when I was on the vacations, and it's right here. Here, hold on. I'll zoom in. Now the only thing I've got in my head is Uncle Roger. Let's see. We'll zoom in. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. So I got a new Gloom. I should just turn on autofocus. That would make it easier, wouldn't it?
This is new, not like repaired.
Yeah, no, it's new, and the reason is because I've got and I got the lime green logo, so lime green for limelight. Anyway, so that's basically the same as the other ones that I've got. All the other ones that I've got. My Gloom has been my workhorse for years at this point, especially after we got the RAM and the RAM board in there. been a big fan. It's worked like crazy. I had it sent back for repair and refreshment a while back, and it came back great. I used the crap out of it again, and then it probably needs to go back again. Just I use and use and use and use these things. I've got my my Bliss, still works fine, but the problem with the Bliss is, as much as I like the white look, with e-liquid, and it's a squonker, so there's going to be a little bit of occasional over squawkings, and then a little bit of that gets behind the bottle or whatever. It stains the white polymer, whatever plastic that they use for the Bliss. It turns it like orange, kind of like this really kind of gross.
Put some Captain tape there.
What?
Put a little Captain tape there.
I could, but anyway, that's so. What I normally do is every now and then I'll take it all apart and I'll get some like an alcohol swab or an alcohol pad, sterile pad, and just scrub it down. And with alcohol, it comes right off, and it's fine. But anyway, I wanted another Gloom, so I got another Gloom.
I actually got some vape mail.
Did you?
Yeah, I got a.
Ooh.
I got another Orion.
Oh, you did? Really?
Backup. Yep, it's like a fuchsia purpley one.
Yeah, it is.
Carbon fiber in the gold.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know they still sold those. Yeah, still got the DNA Go in them. Nice.
Ordered some extra drip tips and such. I ordered directly from Lost Vape, so.
Wait, new drip tips? I thought they were fixed on the pod.
You can get them from Lost Vape directly.
Now, is it still fixed on the pod? They're just a different style of drip tip?
Oh, no. You can unscrew them on the pod.
Oh.
Because the Plus pods have the removable coil.
Yep.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think wasn't it Todd that got like 4 or 5 of them? Ahmed? Yeah, there you go. The whole pack.
Look at there. That's cool.
Just toss.
Okay, what the fuck? Okay, so everything just went off at once. My phone just beeped.
Massive yawn.
Unrelated to my email. Everything just went off at once, so I'm just trying to. Okay, that's not related to me.
So, on
my
that
just
note,
got delivered.
When I was out, I was visiting my folks in Georgia, and they, when I was standing there talking to my mom, she got a phone call, and her phone, which is across the room, her phone rang, and at the same time her watch rang, and her iPad rang, and her laptop rang, all at the same time, because it's Apple, right? So they're all integrated if you want them to be. And it was a cacophony, just a veritable
dude.
din.
Whenever.
Oh,
What?
big timer call.
Yes. Oh yeah, sure. No, I'm actually in the middle of my show right now. Yeah.
I'm not sure if you heard of us.
Yeah, this big timer was talking to Uber Eats on the phone.
Rob says he has his Orion. It's still in pieces. So Foo swears that the pods are a lot better than they were when we demoed them. But when we beta or alpha tested those things, they're all right occasionally.
So
like a couple of them.
What they changed were removable pods, and the 0.25 ohm pods are mesh.
Oh.
So that's what sold me on getting one in the first place.
Yeah. Are they still? Is the hardware, like the mod itself, still the same? Like, can I get the new pods with the old?
Yeah, you just have to do the update on your eScribe, because my original Orion is a regular Orion DNA Go. I just bought it because it was like $12 cheaper than the Plus one.
Yeah. And
I ended up just buying the Plus pods and what have you. I said to do the software update.
Sure. Rob, yeah, Omen is definitely still selling tips. He's still definitely selling the Poe tips. In fact, this is a new Poe tip on top of this guy. And did I turn off autofocus? Oh, no, I did. So I got a new Poe tip, which is kind of sparkly. Unfortunately, the material he had is like almost like a goldy kind of sparkly, which I thought it was going to be the old one. But this is the one I really, really dig. So this is the one I've been running my Bliss for a while. Meh. Focus. There we go. I really like that tip. It's if you want one like this, it's called it. I think he called it Ice. It looks great on the Bliss. I dig it. Do we watch The Office? Wait, The Office is still on? Nice, that's $100. I don't think it's quite $100, but they are not cheap drip tips. That's true. I think the ones with the titanium on the inside, the two piece ones, I think they're $25, something like that. So they are definitely expensive, but usually if you buy 2 or 3 of them, he usually gives you a bit of a break. In fact, I think when he sent mine, instead of giving me a break, he sent me another drip tip. I got a weird, like, psychedelic style flamed titanium one that came with it. I have not used it, but it's cool. I dig it. In fact, I got my other one here too. Over there. I did the reason that was on my my old Vena, by the way. This is a Haku Vena. I had to. One of the reasons I'm having to send these back for repair is my 510. I don't think it's the Limelight's fault. I think there's something wrong with my Narie's 510 threads, because everything else seems like it works okay, but for whatever reason, the Narie no longer, and it used to for a year or two, however long I've been using that thing. It threaded on fine, and then it started not. Like, it would just skip threads. In fact, you can almost push it straight in. So I don't know if it's grinding the 510 down or what, but it worked great on my Bloom for a long time. Then it kind of stopped, and then it worked great on the. No, it didn't thread on my Walnut one when I tried to do that, and Ace sent me a new 510. It worked okay for a bit, and then it stopped working. This one is a little grindy when I put it in, but it is working. So I think what needs to happen is I need to send Nara an email to the customer service there and see what's going on with that thing, because I love the Addy, but it's being weird, and I think it's messing up my mods. 2 solid white ones and a black and translucent blue swirly jobber. Ooh, fancy. That and Brett is like that too. Like, he used to give me and Sean so much shit for ordering black and white drip tips. Like, he's like, man, you need some, like, a pop of color, man. He's always trying to get us, calling us lame for having, like, a simple setup. Like, he would hate this. Like, he just wants his. I mean,
yeah, why don't you? Well, how come you don't want shit that looks like cake batter ice cream?
Right. That was what he would want to put on there. I guarantee you, it would be that thing. I gotta love Brett. He's a trip.
Is Tekasui still making drip tips?
Oh, I don't think so. I think they stopped.
Negative. I remember there was a post on ECR when he had closed.
Oh, is that right? I
pretty
found.
sure.
You know, it's funny. I need to go. I actually laid hands on that rebuild kit that I tested for him. God, where is that? I laid hands on it not too long ago. Hey, here it is. Man, I always thought this was the coolest shit. He got a 3D printer and started making these little guys, and he put a little Gerber thing on the side, but it's a little twist lock thing. So this thing's threaded, and then this part lifts up,
Opens up. Yeah. Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, you remember these little guys? It's a little spot to store cotton, little spot to store extra coils, or you can wrap wire around the center of the eye, and all your tools stand up in the middle. I thought it was such a neat, like a trick little thing, and never quite took off. I'm not sure why, but I always thought it was cool. And he didn't want it back, so I kept it. All right, what is going on in here? Let's see, what else did I do? So while we were gone, I was on vacation. I went with my family, and we drove up to the Smoky Mountains, a place just in the middle of BFE, and got a cabin with there's like 11 or 12 of us or something, all in one big cabin. It was great. It was ridiculous. We spent a lot of time, walking, and we went to some waterfalls and walked around some parks and did a little fishing. And unfortunately, some of the stuff was shut down from the virus stuff, right? So like, we were gonna go tubing and stuff, and they're like, none of that. That's all right. What's up, Shane? Good to see you, man. One other thing happened, and this is something else that this is something I should probably talk to Steven about. I brought my, that's probably still in my pocket because I was using it today. I brought my old Billbox because this is such a bulletproof thing to carry around, especially when you're walking and whatever. It's all tight, easy. I had my clear barrel on my Vena, not my Vena, my Zeta. I had my clear barrel on it, which I always thought was kind of trick looking or whatever. And this thing started leaking, and I never have leaks in this thing. And it leaked one day, and I was like, "What the hell?" Like it got all over my battery. It was all around the DNA display and that kind of thing. I was like, "Man!" So I cleaned it all out, fill it back up, leaked again the next day. I was like, "What the hell?" So I took it. I went to go take it apart after the second day of it leaking, and when I was taking it apart, I noticed that the barrel had cracked. So that little clear barrel that they had, the transparent one anyway, is very, very thin, and apparently at some point maybe I cracked it or something when I was putting it back on. Very flexible. So that's kind of a bummer. But fortunately, I had not only the metal one, I also had the black one. I just brought this little guy with me, so it was an easy swap out. But that was a little bit of a bummer. But I did have to admit that I actually had a leak in my billet box.
Ooh.
Whatever, you lucky boy.
No condensation plug would have helped it either, because it was a significant amount of the liquid that came out of it. But there's a reason for it. The reason was user error, because my Addy was not sitting in there right.
It happens.
Happens to the best of us.
No, but I want to say it sucks and is overpriced.
What? The bill box?
Yeah, you were saying like, oh, it was user error, but I said no. I just want to be angry and say it's
No,
overpriced, and
it's not. And not only is it doesn't suck and don't need a condensation plug. No, it doesn't. It's a great mod, great Addy. Have you seen the link for the billet box? The link? No, I haven't, but I know that there's been several Billbox Addies that have come out lately that I haven't seen. I know EVL from EVL Reaper, those guys put out a Billbox Addy, and so did somebody else. Somebody else put another one out. I don't think it was the link that I saw. I know that the snail came out, the vape shell snail came out, but that's hard to say. And I feel like Motherhead got one of those and said it was great. I don't think it was Festy, although Festy was talking about it. But he said it was great. I just don't really like how the vape shell builds, personally. No. For the billet box and for something that needs to be, in my opinion, kind of bulletproof wicking, the Exoset style of horizontal straight into the e-liquid, that's the only way to go. I don't want to have to build for something that's as difficult to get at and re-wick and rebuild. I do not want to have to build a K-Fun style draping wick, bottom wicking. No. Yeah, there is the XO2 Festy, but that's still, unobtainium for most people, including myself at this point, because I'm not watching for it. Rick said it's not an Addy. It's for putting a 510 in the billet box. What? Why would you put a 510 in the billet box? That doesn't make any damn sense at all.
That defeats the whole fucking purpose.
It defeats the entire purpose of the billet box. That's crazy. Oh, Shane, you got an XOV2? Dude, you'll have to let me know how it looks or how it works, because it does look cool. I just haven't been... Yeah, I completely agree, Shane. The snail's okay. It vaped fine. Once you got the right build in there and it was wicked properly, it vaped fine. It was a good Addy. Tasted great. I've got one around here somewhere. But no. But the snail, the fact that you can remove it without draining your tank and stuff, that is a nice feature. I would just rather it be on an Exoset or a Zeta. And hell, one of the biggest cons for the new Exo is they dropped the 510 threads built in, and they have a little adapter guy like the snail or like the vape shell, which I don't like. I don't want that. Oh yeah, Tim, I don't doubt there's already flipping going on for that thing. You can barely get one. So yeah, $300 is probably
XOV2 $300. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. No, I mean the build box is great and all, but that's crazy. But I did like the way the chimney looked. I liked how it was kind of tapered down or whatever. It looks. I'm sure, because it's Hellfire, it's probably going to be great. They are very good at building 18mm atomizers. That's why the first exoset was great. That's why the second batch exoset was great. That's why I ran one for years. Yeah, no, so Fessy, that makes sense. Like I get like how it can work, right? Because you still got the negative on the top threads. All you need is a long pin to go down to the positive all the way through there. But you're wasting the whole point of the built box, which is A, all in one. B, you're missing the whole tank, right? You wouldn't be able to use anything out of the tank. I don't understand. Yeah, and let's not even start talking about the built box panel crowd paying hundreds of dollars for a piece of plastic with some magnets on it. It's the whole Frankie Squonker thing all over again. It's a little box. No.
So Eric D was showing me some cringy shit in the audiophile community.
There's some cringy shit
So
in the audiophile.
Yeah, no, it looks like hemo level shit.
Yeah.
So the people, basically the people that have like the non-drop mass drop version of my headphones, the HD 650s or whatever.
Yeah.
There are people who will defend their grave buying cables that are more expensive than the headphone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got like, they're made out of, imported golden Yeti fur.
Made of fucking vibranium, titanium, whatever the fuck.
I'll stick with imported Yeti fur. Golden Yeti fur. Not that white shit. No, golden Yeti fur. That's the only good stuff. I see it as a backup if you can't rebuild your bridge. I guess, Dennis. I mean, like I get it. I guess. And honestly, the built box itself is a nice, it's a tidy package. It's a nice button on the side. It's obviously got an evolved board in there. Like, all that's good, but the whole point of this thing is you don't have an Addy sticking on top. To me, I think I'd rather bring it a different mod, like the Wicket, right? If I want a tiny, regulated 18650 mod, I'll take this little guy. With a tank on top or whatever. Nah, maybe that's just But yeah, if you didn't have another mod, and you were planning on, it just seems like a very niche sort of use case for me. And this has come from somebody that likes the build box, but I like the build box for what it's good at, which is being a very portable all-in-one tank, as opposed to a weirdly shaped mod. I don't think it's it's certainly not as small as another a good mod like your Jack or the new one you just got, Foo, right? I don't remember what other mod you just got. What was the name of it? It's the Anakin one, right?
Mm-hmm. The Chroma R.
Chroma R. I just soon roll one of those if I was going to have an Addy on top, personally. Anyway, Robert, welcome. I see it both ways. Sorry, I can't see that phrase or can't hear that phrase without thinking about sight because I just rewatched the.
Yeah, I've heard it both ways.
I've heard it both ways. Speaking of which,
you heard about Pluto, man?
Yeah. Man, it's fucked up.
Messed up.
So the speaking of which, I did go through and rewatch that after we talked about a while back, Foo. And one of the things that I did this time that I had not ever done before is I watched the two movies. I've never seen the two.
I haven't watched the second movie.
It's great.
The first one was really bad.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. It made me laugh. It totally made me laugh. I'll admit it. I laughed out loud a couple of different times in that. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And the second one was, I think, at least as good. Because they brought back Ormondson.
Lassiter?
Yeah, Lassiter. Because he had just had a stroke. Like in real life. And they wrote the second movie kind of around that. So he was still in it, having had a stroke in the movie. Brilliant. It was a great idea because he still did a good job and he got to be in the movie. And I thought that was kind of cool. In fact, I don't know this for a fact because I didn't look at it, the timing of it. I don't think he was in the first movie because he had a stroke. The only time he was in the movie was she was FaceTiming him or something, and he was very low res that you could see on the camera, our camera, right, that we can see. He was very low res, but you could tell. I think he had already had the stroke even in that movie, because he was like his speech wasn't terribly clear and that kind of thing. So I think that's probably why he wasn't an active role in the first movie. In the second one, he had a stroke and they wrote it into the script. I thought it was great. I thought it was really, really cool because I mean, you have to like the straight man, right? You got to like Lasseter because he was a good character. I was talking to my sister about here's a show that I've never watched that my sister obsesses over, which is The West Wing. Have you ever watched that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. I haven't watched it yet, but she literally has got the entire thing memorized. Has watched it many times through. But
You're gonna watch that and you realize Martin Sheen got snubbed out of some Emmys.
is that right? Well, Gus is in that, which I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I still maintain that he is arguably as good of a character in Psych as Sean Spencer. Dulay's character is so good.
And you realize
love
that
it.
you can't watch him in anything else.
Right, probably so. Because I'm going to watch at some point when I can find somebody that's got The West Wing and I can watch it. I'll watch it.
So
The only thing I'm going to see is Gus.
If she likes West Wing, she needs to watch Newsroom.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I haven't
Aaron
watched that one
Sorkin.
either. Is that one
Another
new?
Aaron Sorkin. It's done with already, but it ran for 3 seasons. It's got Jeff Daniels in it.
Oh yeah, is that right? No, Anara. No, we're a lifestyle podcast now that occasionally talks about vaping stuff. We talked about a couple of vaping things already, but no, it's definitely not a solely vaping show. Thanks to the
Like, did
US
you just
government.
miss the 20 or 30 minutes we were talking about vaping?
We did. In fact, we talked more about vaping this episode than we
We talked about
billet
billet boxes and shit.
We did.
Oh man, Robert got a XSF V2 too. Damn it, I really need to pay attention to that group. Apparently. Then again, we got some big timers in chat right now. Yeah, another Aaron Sorkin story. Yeah. Okay, so that's why it was good. That's why you're saying it's good. It's Aaron Sorkin. Right?
Yeah.
Same guy. Right.
Yep.
All right. So I think we have extinguished our probably a third of the show with vaping, and then 2/3 of the show talking about vacuum tubes and television, as is the new normal. So I want to say thank you for everybody for joining us this week. Sorry again about the last couple of weeks. That shouldn't happen again because I'm back at home and able to stream. And I just hit my mic. Sorry if that was loud. Thank you for coming out. We love all you guys. Please stay safe. Don't be a Karen and not wear your mask. If people are freaking out about masks, put a mask on. Just get one of the little gator things, right? Put a bandana around your face. Just don't. You got other things to stress about right now. Don't worry about putting a stupid mask on for a few minutes, right? Yeah. Stay safe. You guys kick ass. Now I just realized that I wasn't ready to actually stop the stream. Now I am.
Whoops.
See you, everybody. Bye.